Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be answering the question, what is a sketch? I bet everyone has an answer to that question. What is a sketch? Wikipedia has a great answer to that question, and let's break it down. A rapidly executed freehand drawing that is not usually intended as a finished work. I tell my students all the time that when we're making sketches, we are not making the Mona Lisa, but at the same time, we also want to have some effort in what we're making, depending on the purpose of the sketches that we are making. There are lots of different types of sketches, so I want to run through a few of these on this video today. Thumbnails are very small and very quick because they're mostly used for composition. That's the placement of objects and characters in the picture. So they're not usually having a lot of detail, and they're not usually colored very often. Let's talk about thumbnails. So these are some thumbnails I did for a children's book cover a long time ago, but you see how they're really small. All they do is just show where all of the things in the picture are going to be. They're not supposed to be the Mona Lisa. These are the least effort of the types of sketches we're going to be talking about today. And some of these are for a comic. So like when I do comics, I do thumbnails, really small sketches, and then I blow them up and do more refined sketches. But once again, really small. I just used a pen for these. Like, they're not very exciting. But these, I had already had a painting in mind, and for these I needed a little bit of color just to kind of see the variations of what I wanted to do, just testing out different ideas, and I needed color for that, so I did add color to these pieces over here. And I made a few more sketches that are a little bigger. They still technically would be thumbnails. They're pretty small. I just wanted to test out the colors. I had already had a composition in mind, but I wanted to see how it would look like in different colors. So I have a daytime sketch of this Charizard, but then I have kind of a sunset version as well. And I ended up choosing this one for the final image. And this one is not necessarily a thumbnail. It's a little bit bigger, probably more of a rough than anything else, but it's the same principle. A more refined version of a thumbnail is a rough sketch, and these are quick, smaller versions of something that you would use for a finished drawing or a finished piece of artwork. Now we're going to move on to rough sketches. So rough sketches, they come after the thumbnail, and what I like to do is take my thumbnail and have it side by side with my rough sketch. And most of the time what I do is I do them in paint, so I can see what my color mixes are, practice mixing the colors, make sure I have everything the way I want it to before I spend a lot of time on the final image. So this is a rough sketch over here. I have a little sketch over here. Not quite a thumbnail, but I like to have them side by side. And this is another one over here. So I just tore this one out of a little small pocket sketchbook, and I further kind of refined my idea over here of this paper eating a pencil. And over here I have another rough sketch of an image, and I have my thumbnail over here. I had heavily kind of modified it a little bit, added some more paper to it, and kind of figured out my composition over here, and tried to work out the colors over here on my rough sketch. Observation sketches are when sometimes we are sketching to record things that we see. like drawing a picture of someone you see outside that has a nice outfit, or something interesting you see while you're out. This is more common before we all had cameras on our cell phones, but people still do them today. So these are some observation sketches, and I just drew this one of my hand and had a little squiggly background on it. And this one was inside of a laundromat, and I was looking out the window at someone who was looking out at the street. And this was just someone doing their laundry. So these sketches were from video stills when I was recording myself. And I decided to make kind of the weirdest self-portrait I could probably make and just highlight imperfections. And I was just mostly testing out a pen I was using at the time, and just having a lot of fun with it. So this one was another picture of me looking out of the window. So you see like the window here over here, and I drew what was outside the window in another color over here. And this one was a painting, and I just drew a portrait of one of my friends, and I added these little flowers around her because she had flowers in her dress. And most of this little sketchbook is observation studies. So, little desert island. I think that was from a photograph, from another festival photograph. I never finished this one. This one was of a tree, and it was very beautiful at the time, so I took a picture of it and I did this painting of it. This one was a picture of my friend's baby, and I have another picture of a friend of mine. And I never really painted this one, but I drew this from the view of from inside my car. You can see like the little reflection in the glass over here, and the outside. I'm not sure where I was at the time. I did that a long time ago, but outside of some place that sold plastic. And this one was not an observation sketch, but it was fun to do. So this one was a master study. So I took a famous painting and I copied it using gouache. So it was just an exercise for me to get used to using gouache, using those colors, and trying out the same color scheme as another artist. This was a still life of a money clip I got for my birthday a long time ago. And that's it for those observation studies. And other times we do what are called studies. So studies are a type of sketch that are mainly used for practice or to just learn something. Sometimes they're just exercises that you might do in class. Some sketches don't fit any of those things that we just talked about. So these sketches are just sketches that I've made just to express an idea. And just earlier this year I made a series of sketches just of ideas that I've had surrounding a topic. So I would take, like this one, I would take just a page and just have the idea down on the page. And this was just like how it started, and just inspired by like my childhood of liking swords and then making one out of aluminum foil, and then how it's going. As an adult, I actually own a real sword that I do martial arts with. And there's all these other ideas that I've had just for that same series of sketches, but I'm not making the Mona Lisa. but I do want to have some effort to show what I'm working on. Sometimes I just do it because I think it's gonna be cool. Sometimes there's something in my head I want to work out, and that's about it. These will be anything from like small portraits to drawing pictures from in museums, taking reference from photos and just drawing what you see in the photo. And included in this type of artwork are like 3D shapes, anatomy studies, things that you would do in class just to build a skill. So that's it for now. But did I miss any sketches? Did I miss any types of sketches? Let me know in the comments.